Major breaking. Gigantic investment heading to Tottenham. Takeover talks intensify as club prepares for a new era. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Qatar Sports Investments. The powerful state-backed investment group behind Paris Saint-Germain have now officially entered the race to acquire a stake in Tottenham, and this could be one of the most transformative moments in the club's modern history. According to high-level sources in Paris, QSI, led by PSG President and European Club Association Chairman Nasser Al-Khelaifi, have formally inquired about the ownership situation in North London. This development comes at a time of major upheaval at Spurs following Daniel Levy's shock decision to step down as executive chairman after more than 2 decades at the helm. Despite ENIC's public insistence that they have no plans to sell their majority stake, many within the football world believe Levy's departure has created the perfect opportunity for fresh investment, with QSI seeing Tottenham as the ideal project to expand their global football portfolio. Insiders close to Al-Khelaifi suggest that QSI are seriously considering a long-term strategic shift. After years of dominating League One with PSG, relations between the Qatari group and the French football establishment have reportedly become strained. Senior figures within QSI are said to be frustrated with the lack of international visibility for League One compared to the Premier League. French government criticism of QSI's influence over PSG has further fueled speculation that the group is ready for a new challenge. The Premier League, with its global reach and immense broadcasting power, is seen as the ultimate stage, and Tottenham offer a unique opportunity. Spurs are an elite club with a world-class stadium, a modern training ground, and a passionate fan base that is desperate for silverware. For QSI, this is more than just an investment. It is a chance to compete at the very highest level of club football in a league that is widely regarded as the most competitive and commercially powerful in the world. Sources close to the discussions suggest that QSI's initial approach is focused on purchasing a minority stake, allowing them to integrate gradually while respecting ENIC's current structure. However, those same sources believe that QSI would be eager to acquire full control of the club over time, should the opportunity arise. The figure being speculated for a complete takeover is around £5 billion, a number that reflects Tottenham's immense value and potential for growth. Al-Khelaifi's track record speaks for itself. Under his leadership, PSG have been transformed into a European powerhouse, signing global superstars, dominating the domestic scene, and reaching a Champions League final. Tottenham fans are understandably excited at the prospect of such financial firepower arriving in N17. This could mark the beginning of a new era for Spurs. A club that has already invested heavily in infrastructure could now see its ambitions matched on the pitch, with QSI's backing potentially delivering the elite-level players needed to turn Tottenham into consistent challengers for the Premier League and Champions League titles. While ENIC continue to publicly downplay the prospect of selling, the reality is that talks are progressing behind the scenes and the interest from Qatar is serious. The coming months could be crucial in determining the long-term future of Tottenham, and for supporters, the idea of becoming the centrepiece of QSI's next big footballing project is a mouth-watering prospect. Tottenham are preparing to make a renewed push for one of the Premier League's brightest young midfielders as they look to bolster their squad in January. According to Team Talk, Spurs have reignited their pursuit of Crystal Palace star Adam Wharton, a player who has quickly established himself as one of the most talented midfielders in the division. Thomas Frank is determined to strengthen the core of his team as Tottenham aim to compete across all 4 fronts this season, including a deep run in the Champions League. The Danish manager is known for his tactical emphasis on midfield dominance, with his teams excelling in ball progression, pressing and intelligent build-up play. For Frank, the midfield is the heartbeat of his system, and adding a technically gifted player like Wharton could prove transformative for the Lilywhites. Reports claim that Spurs made a late attempt to sign Wharton on deadline day during the summer window, viewing him as the perfect partner for Joao Palhinha in the centre of the pitch. However, Crystal Palace rejected the approach, as losing a player of his calibre so late in the window would have left them with little time to secure a replacement. Palace's stance was firm. Wharton is regarded as untouchable unless their valuation, believed to be around £60 million, is met. Now with the January transfer window approaching, Tottenham are expected to return with a formal bid. This time, they face even stiffer competition. Manchester United, Liverpool and Chelsea are all closely monitoring Wharton's situation, with each club eager to strengthen their midfield options before the end of the campaign. Despite this interest, sources close to the negotiations suggest Spurs could have an advantage. Wharton is said to be attracted by the project at Tottenham, the club's style of play under Frank, and the prospect of becoming a key figure in a team looking to challenge for silverware. Wharton's rise has been nothing short of remarkable. Since joining Crystal Palace 18 months ago, he has become an indispensable part of their midfield, helping guide the Eagles to an FA Cup triumph and a Community Shield victory earlier this year. At just 21 years old, his maturity on the pitch has caught the eye of scouts across Europe. His ability to dictate the tempo, read the game defensively, and make driving runs forward makes him an ideal fit for Tottenham's evolving system. For Spurs, this is more than just another transfer target. This is about securing a player who could define their midfield for years to come, with ENIC and the board reportedly willing to back Thomas Frank with significant funds in January. Optimism is high that Tottenham could beat their rivals to Wharton's signature. If successful, this would be a huge statement of intent, and a clear sign that Spurs are ready to compete with the very best both in England and in Europe. Spurs are reportedly in a fierce competition with Premier League rivals over a deal to sign Stuttgart midfielder Angelo Stiller. According to Spanish outlet COYS, the North London club are making serious preparations to strengthen their midfield in the upcoming transfer window and have identified the German playmaker as a key target. Thomas Frank's arrival at Tottenham has already triggered a shake-up in midfield. The Lily Whites secured the loan signing of Joao Palhinha from Bayern Munich during the summer window, with an option to buy him permanently next year. Palhinha has slotted seamlessly into the team, offering a level of defensive control and aggression that Spurs had lacked for some time. However, with the deal still technically temporary, the club are wisely exploring further reinforcements to ensure stability and depth in such a crucial area of the pitch. On paper, Tottenham appear well stocked in midfield, with Rodrigo Bentancur, Yves Bissouma, Papi Sarr and promising youngsters Archie Gray and Lucas Bergvall also in the mix. Yet the reality is a little more complicated. Gray and Bergvall, while immensely talented, are still developing and cannot yet be relied upon to consistently start in the Premier League. Bentancur has been vital when fit, but his injury record over the past 2 seasons has made Spurs cautious about depending on him as their sole deep-lying playmaker. Bissouma, once a standout performer under Ange Postecoglou, has found his opportunities limited since Frank took charge and has even been linked with a move away. That leaves Tottenham looking slightly vulnerable should injuries strike or form dip in a long campaign where they are fighting on multiple fronts. This is where Angelo Stiller comes in. The 24-year-old has been one of Stuttgart's most consistent performers over the last 18 months, playing a key role in their impressive rise up the Bundesliga table. Stiller's profile is exactly what Frank values. A technically sound, tactically intelligent deep-lying playmaker capable of dictating tempo, recycling possession and launching incisive attacks from deep areas. His current contract runs until 2028. But there is believed to be a £35 million release clause that could make him an attainable target for Spurs. Even so, Tottenham are prepared to be aggressive in their pursuit, as they see Stiller as a long-term solution who could complement or even eventually replace Bentancur in the heart of midfield. Competition will be fierce. Premier League rivals Liverpool, Manchester United and Arsenal are all closely monitoring Stiller's situation, and reports suggest Real Madrid have also shown interest. Despite this, Spurs believe their project under Frank, with its focus on progressive football and building a young, dynamic squad, will be attractive to Stiller. Securing a player of his calibre would be of their ambition to compete with England's elite. If they can beat their rivals to his signature, Spurs will have solved a key tactical challenge and taken another major step toward building a squad capable of challenging for trophies. That's all for today's update. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with everything Tottenham, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Don't forget to drop a like and share this video with other Spurs fans Together we can keep growing the Tottenham News Today community. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs!